Macmillan Audio presents Born of Ice by Sherrilyn Kenyon. Read for you by Berman. Prologue. That right there is the meanest son of a bitch ever born. Devyn Kell jerked his head up from his paperwork as he heard that deep, familiar voice coming from across the room. No, it couldn't be. He barely bit back his smile as he saw the newcomer instantly through the group of milling soldiers who separated them in the mess hall. Adrian Kell, braggart, womanizer, lunatic, and his best friend since birth. Only a handful of years older than him, Adrian had snow-white hair that fell in a braid down his back. A League assassin, Adrian wore the uniform well. So black it absorbed light, it was a stark contrast to his hair, and molded itself to every muscle the assassin possessed. His eyes were covered by a pair of opaque shades, but even so, Devyn knew their color better than his own. As a kid, he'd saved the right one from blindness after they'd had a race through a briar patch that had all but ripped it out. Devyn had won the race, but Adrian claimed it was only because he'd almost lost his eye, as if that could ever slow one of them down. He hadn't seen Adrian in almost 6 months, a record for their tight friendship. He was definitely glad to see him now. "You mean Kell?" Devyn's commanding officer choked as Adrian draped his arm over Quill's shoulders. "Are you high, Commander? He's a friggin' doctor. The only part of me he scares is my tonsils." Adrian tisked at Devyn's CO, who'd done nothing but rag on him for the last 2 months since Devyn had been reassigned to this unit. The man really was lucky Devyn had learned to control his temper. Most days, anyway. Adrian cuffed the CO on the back so hard, Quills actually staggered from the blow. Yeah, that's what he wants you to think. But trust me, I know his skills firsthand. His father was the notorious Filchan assassin C.I. Sin. His mother, the legendary Sayax Shahara Dagan. Devyn clamped his jaw tight to keep from drawing his blaster and shooting his best friend for letting out a secret he'd done his damnedest to keep. "You asshole." Quills gaped at them both. "He? Kell is their son?" "Oh yeah, and I'll do you one better. He was trained from birth to fight by the best assassin the League ever created." Quills scoffed. "You mean there's someone out there better than your father?" Adrian shook his head as he shoved Quills away from him. "No, idiot. My father trained him." He flashed an evil grin at Quills. "Just FYI, my father is also his godfather. So you want to be real nice to Dev. All of us take it personally when people aren't." Devyn rose to his feet as Adrian closed the distance between them. He held his hand out and let his friend pull him into a tight man-hug. "It's good to see you again, Aritos. But really, some discretion would have been nice. Out of character for your rotten ass, but nice." Adrian laughed good-naturedly as he released him. "Come on, Dev. You need to let these assholes know what you can do, who you really are. They think you weak, they'll step all over you." A true assassin's philosophy, but it wasn't in Devyn's nature to push people around. He was too easygoing for that. Well, again, most days. Devyn glanced around the room, noting they were the recipients of way too much attention. Yet, true to Adrian's words, the soldiers in the room now held a respect for Devyn in their gazes that they'd never had before. "Being an arrogant braggart just doesn't work for me." Adrian took his insult in stride. "You should try it. It really does grow on you. Trust me." Devyn laughed at his friend, who was much more like an older brother to him. "So, what brings you here?" "People needed killing." Adrian.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?